Hi there. Bitcoin Cash last week has almost touched the $700 key level that we talked about, that we wanted to challenge. And now in this week, that it has been heavily hammered. So let's do a Wyckoff check on it and see where its price is heading. If you're new to my sessions, these are the 3 key items I'll cover during the session. Let's start with the weekly chart of Bitcoin Cash. So one good thing that happened is that I've drawn this red line. It's a declining peak or declining climaxes trend line. What happened last week was that the price successfully closed above that particular line. So it's a relieving sign. I'll move the line upwards to where the wick is, because we're trying to track across altcoins whether they are having this kind of behavior, that whenever a new distribution cycle comes, whether they are creating a lower peak or lower high compared to the previous distribution cycles. If this becomes a trend, that means as an investor, you've been in that particular project long term, may lower your return, when time goes on, unless they've got sudden moves, like the project got very strong support all of a sudden, or they have got a technology breakthrough or a very special business deal that pushed their price outside of their trend. Otherwise, the competition is definitely more heated now when the world embraced blockchain more. So the capital going into the crypto market is going to be spread across similar projects. That's why we have to track this, because if the capital is flowing to other projects, not into this particular one, then we have to know, right? So the big picture perspective in terms of Wyckoff, what happened last week may well be the upthrust of the distribution. I'm not confirming it at the moment yet, because this may not be over. All right, there's still chance for it to go test the 700 level. Okay, so this, I'll keep the question mark. Let's observe for a couple of more weeks. The current red candle may seem alarming, but then the volume isn't that high yet. All right, there's still 5 days and 4 hours left. Let's give the bulls some time to see whether they can successfully push the price to above the green key level of 615. Currently, the bulls and the bears are fighting hard along that line. If the bulls succeed, like I said, they may once again challenge the 700 level. However, if the narrative comes in negative and the bears have a reason to push the price down, then the sign of weakness, at least around the yellow key level of 530, it's where let's say the second line of support is. The first line is definitely the ceiling of the long-term playground at around $575. Okay, it may play around here for a while before it actually show a sign of weakness at the yellow key level. Okay, so that's the big picture. And in terms of daily, the bulls on the 3rd successfully pushed the price outside of the sideways trend, this blue line, light blue line over there, also above the green key level of 615. If you look across, you can understand why I say there's the trend lines or the trading range over here. So what happened yesterday is that the price got pushed back down within the trend. All right, the bear said, we don't want the price to go outside of a sideways trend. You see, on Saturday, the 10th, just 3 days ago, how heavily hammered it was. When the price touches the red line that we have just drawn. Actually, it was very close to the light blue key level of 700. I don't want to use the red line over there because we've just adjusted it, so that's why it's there. Instead, it's this key level that's playing the role. All right, and yesterday the volume was huge, pushing the price back to where the green key level was. I would say the only relieving sign as of this moment is that the uptrend this uptrend support, this dashed line over here, hasn't been broken yet. So this started somewhere in late November and is still continuing. But if the red volume continues to be high, it's just a matter of time for this line to be broken. I did share this January 17th date. We are only a few days away from it. It is where this uptrend support line is crossing the green key level. And then, like 3 days later, on the 20th, it crosses the sideways trading range top. So these 2 dates are key because it's the dates that the uptrend confirmation would come, whether the uptrend is going to continue or is the price going to fall outside of the uptrend. You see these 2 triangles, yeah? If the price really closes below the green key level today, the next 2 days are critical. The bears may be able to push the price below the uptrend, and then, like I said, the very first line of defense or support would be around this 575 level. So these are both the macro and micro view of Bitcoin Cash. If you are interested to get access to these sessions 2 days earlier than the others, feel free to join the channel membership. I've put the link in the description, make it easier for you. Thank you for now. See you in other sessions.